And as per usual, say hello to the people that are going to be watching the VODs on YouTube. Hi!
Hello, VOD Squad.
Hello, I am now caught up with uploading all the VODs. So that is good.
Welcome in.
Let's see.
Prepare.
You rolled a 2. Ooh, well, funny enough. Rexmoa, tell me what happened
2
last time.
means
That's you.
Yeah, as in me.
Oh yeah.
All right, so last session, we started out.
Sorry, excuse me. Quartz brought this to my attention. I think this is going to be a nice idea, actually, for people who are tuning into the campaign very late. Would you guys want to tell who each one of you are playing and what class, and maybe shout out your own socials, by the way?
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, because people are tuning in right now sometimes, and like, we'll start with...
I guess...
Yeah, Rexmoa.
Yeah, I was going to say, I may as well start since I have the floor. Hi, I'm Velosaurus Rex. I'm a variety streamer. Currently, I haven't streamed in a while, but I'll be back. Don't worry, I do have plans. And I play Rexmoa, the lizard folk monk, and supposed dad of the group.
There you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me on Untapped, just drinking every weekend in a healthy way.
Nice. Very good, very good.
Same handle, right? Velosaurus_Rex.
That is correct.
Perfect. Now, Taurin, since you want to talk, sorry.
Oh, no, I was just commenting. But yeah, I am Quartz Garden. I'm an artist / gamer on the side. I do more art than gaming though. I play Taurin. She's a tabaxi snow leopard, and she is a druid / sorcerer, at the moment. And you can find me on Blue Sky, Twitch, Instagram, YouTube. Same handle, pretty much. I think that's pretty much it.
That's good. How about Ambrose?
Hello, my brain is not working. I am Dishonored Ninja. I play the Upchanasi fighter. In other words, a human that has been affected by the natural energies of the earth that causes them to appear as a more elemental-based creature. And as a fighter, I focus on large weaponry and act as kind of the off main tank, depending on if our barbarian is present. But as Dishonored Ninja, you can find me on YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky, all as Dishonored Ninja. Sometimes with the uppercase first letter, but no spaces. Yeah, I make art sometimes. I mainly just stream games. Hehe.
Heck yeah.
As for Kipper here, my friend Bib here, he also streams, plays, and makes some awesome art. You can find him as it's Bib in pretty much all the social medias. I'm pretty sure he uses Blue Sky and Twitter the most. Blue Sky the most. Twitter, probably not that much. But yeah, you can also follow him on his Twitch and everywhere else. And he is playing Kipper, which is the Herringon cleric. He is a bunny man who heals. Very
my
short.
Son tries his best.
Correct. And for me, you're already in my stream, so you probably already know who I am. But hey, you can find me as Avocado VT on pretty much any social media. I am there posting dumb stuff. Let's be real. I post dumb stuff.
Okay, only the realest takes.
Oh yeah, totally, exactly. But yeah, okay. Now we can go ahead, Rexmoa.
Let's not forget. I know they're not gonna speak, but our humble fairy in a jar.
How could I forget? Yeah. Oh my
goodness. No problem.
How could I? I am very bad. But yes, we have our friend here, Garinus Venus, who is in chat right now. She is my mod, a friend, and she also writes a lot of good stories. As a matter of fact, some of the things we've said in this campaign have been written by her. So, there she is, where you can find her
And will
also.
threaten to bonk or kill you. One of the two sometimes.
Yes. You can also find her on Blue Sky, and she has Twitter. Nobody uses that Twitter that much, I think. But yeah, she doesn't stream, unfortunately, but she does have some good writing. So, you know.
Keep me out there.
Shout out to our werewolf in the party, Yori, too.
Yori, who is lurking in chat here as well. Zeralis.
Yeah.
He is also there. He has a very interesting Twitter feed. I'll say that.
He loves playing World of Warcraft.
I will say that.
Wow.
There's a certain group of people in World of Warcraft that someone is
Yep.
perhaps
Mhm.
likes a bit too much.
Oh, yeah.
Is there such thing?
It is a very nice devotion, we'll call it.
Yeah.
But that is awesome. Okay, I'm pretty sure we have everybody out of the way now. Yeah. Go ahead, Rexmoa. What happened last session?
Okay. So if I remember correctly, we started off in the, oh my god, I can remember. It's the tavern. We know the name. Is it like, it's something like cold, right?
Oh, I'm
Is it-
going
is
to
it
have
like-
to put check take points away from your test then.
Oh no, I forgot to write my name on it too. Okay, no, I can get this. It's like
You're on the right track.
You're on the
Oh
right
yeah,
track.
it's like the something like snowflake, or it's like the something chalice, the chilled cup. Fuck, you know, it
You
was
were
under.
close on the first one.
You're
Okay.
close.
Oh my god, I know this. Jeez, okay, I'm locking in. It was cursed. It was cursed that I couldn't remember its name. Just like old
Well, yeah, that
Nora.
was the second one. That's Cursed Apple.
Yeah, the cursed
Wrong
apple.
one.
Alright, wait, hold on. Let me pull up my friend's notes.
Yes.
Alright.
You will be graded.
Well, someone else can say it if it comes up. I don't want to take too long.
I know how it's
but-
called.
Yeah.
Where are we
So,
going?
yeah, just to keep a long story short, we said our goodbyes, and Roy may or may not recover from being an adorable otter. There are signs, but we don't know the outcome. Everyone bundled up, costume change, that's right. And we ventured forth towards Galrinthir, and we have to brave the elements as we climb the cold, icy mountains of the east to find the dwarves. And along the way, we ran into our dear acquaintances and slingers of questionably safe merchandise, Hori and Bell, and along with another perhaps expected or unexpected guest, Theodric, who just happened to be resting at the campsite with them. And I think the primary things, aside from Rexmoa being a little grumpy about Theo's presence, were that he was also heading towards Galrinthir, and that he did not stay the night at the same camp as we did, but he went out to find a friend, right? Or did you just describe him as a friend or like an acquaintance? I know we made a joke about it.
I will say no. He just told you he wanted to go because he was not the combat kind, and he could move easier at night.
Yeah, and one fun interaction is that he got a new staff, and then Taurin was like, "Oh well, I hope they find your other staff." And he was like, "Haha, I hope you have fun with it. It's old news now. I don't need it anymore." And equipment-wise, okay, I got fancy magic torch from Hori and Bell, and Quartz, did you buy any potions? Did you end up buying any potions from them?
I did. I bought a few potions actually. I will get the names here real quick. Where'd I put them?
Ambrose was too busy sulking to buy anything.
Oh yeah, Ambrose asked Theo a question which we don't know the nature of, and he got an answer, and the answer was not necessarily what he wanted.
Yeah, I got a few mystery potions. I got the was it eloquence? Hang on, 1 second. It's loading for me, so my fright inventory. Sorry, but yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, we did. Well, I sold them their own merchandise, but it's fine because if anything, I would like to think I did the job of appraising the Plan B potion for them. They forgot what it did, so
Oh,
consider it a service
that's right.
to the greater community.
True.
And who knows, maybe it'll pop up later. I did want to use it, but me and my ignorance and always being like, save it for later, didn't
Hey,
end
you
up
know,
doing it.
It's good. It has its uses.
Yeah,
It's
it
all
does.
in the
We just need
imagination.
to- we just put all the potions together and then just drink them all at the once.
You explode.
Don't do that. Don't do that. In fact,
Well-
actually, official D&D has a thing where if you mix potions, something bad can happen.
Oh yeah.
There's like an entire table of like
Yeah.
miss effects that happen. Sometimes it's beneficial. Sometimes that you just get like the benefits of both potions. Sometimes you literally explode.
It's like the One Piece. It's like you can't eat 2 devil fruits, or else you'll die or something. We don't know what happens. It's never happened in the show, but supposedly.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
Would
just
you eat
seeing
a devil
here,
fruit?
I just got the persistent file potion and then the draught of elemental exhaustion. So hopefully those will come in handy later.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Draught.
the vial of persistent something, if you recall, the tag.
Oh.
The part of the
That's
name
right,
of the
the
tag
question
was.
mark.
Yeah, part of the name of the tag was damaged, so you don't know what persistent thing you got, but you got a persistent something, and you got the draught of elemental exhaustion.
I'll be testing it out on things along the way. Find a
Mhm.
goblin or two.
So you just like pour it on plants.
Oh,
Little
man.
drops.
Mm.
Alrighty, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the last session. Right now, you guys would be waking up again in the snowy mountains. Oh, shit. You would be waking up in the snowy mountains of near Galvathier. Background, a lovely, lovely background. There we go. Morning is cold, as you would expect. As you guys are going up in altitude, you know, pressure is a little bit higher. Your stamina for people who are, you know, more on the martial side of things is still good. But obviously, for people who are more on the caster side of things, it may be a little harder to do some everyday mundane tasks as you keep climbing up the hill, the rocky roads towards the mountains. Taurin, you being part of this area, you feel like at home. You are good. So, as you guys open your eyes after the watch that you had last night, you start grabbing your stuff. You did sleep in the camp that Ori and Bell, your lovely traveling merchants, with their interesting cart, set up. And they also offered you to, you know, since you guys are going the same way, why not go in a caravan? Last time, yes. That would have been last time, yes.
Yeah. Did I finish that?
You guys should be at level 6, if I'm correct.
Yes.
That's right.
Totally. Yep, I'm level 6 right now.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Who had cheese jar? At nighttime, I'm pretty sure Rexmoa kept the jar. Cause
Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I would have been the last one at watch because I remember at the campfire Ambrose had the jar, but yeah.
Oh yeah, no. As a matter of fact, yes, it was you, Rexmoa, because that's what distracted you and got you stung by a scorpion.
Yeah.
Lucky me.
Originally, I had it, but I handed Cheese Jar off so I could talk to Theodoric in private.
Exactly.
Druid 5, sorcerer 1. Okay.
So, yeah, Rexmoa would have cheese jar, or it's going to be like right next to him as you wake up. You start slowly, setting up like your bedrolls, tucking your bedrolls again, putting in your bags. You can see Hori and Belle are also doing the same thing. They're opening up their little shop just to get some things sorted out inside. If you guys remember, for the audience that is just tuning in as well, Hori and Belle are traveling merchants. They have like this kind of quote-unquote automated cart. They are riding on this cart that opens up with a lever, and it displays everything inside of it like a shop. So yeah, as you guys are waking up, she would already be awake. And if anybody would look closely, they would see a little pensive frown on her visage.
Would you like me to bundle you up? I know I'm not very great when it comes to this body warmth thing. Where's that scarf that Taurin got you?
She looks surprised at that. Maybe you interrupted her concentration or something.
Oh, sorry. Do you need to get your hair ready?
Oh boy.
I know you kids are very particular about, that stuff. I don't have any, in case you forgot.
She says, "Oh, I'm quite all right. I was simply thinking about that person, Theodre."
Well, my advice is, you know what I do, Chi? I try to think about that guy the least amount as possible, because when I think about him, it just puts a frown on my face, and my eyebrows, they furrow, and I think about that time he tricked all of us by disguising himself as an old man. The disrespect, I say. Some people actually have to live that long, even though it does sound like he might be, questionable age. Yeah, I would just forget about him. Just totally ignore him until he pops up again, and then get really angry.
Rexmoa clearly has not a good what it would be. Oh, let's see. She lets out a little chuckle, shaking her head. Well, I was curious as to why you all call him a wizard.
Oh.
Is he not a wizard? I've been told that I'm not very sensitive when it comes to things like this. I know there's like wizards and druids and warlocks. I mean, I don't mean to sound, but all magic is kind of the same to me.
All I really know is the difference between magic and divinity.
She let out a slight His magic. I have felt many different types of it, and his is not that of a wizard. I've never felt magic like this.
Would Taurin know anything about that possibly? Because I know she did kind of sense something like way early in the campaign about him being off. Would that have been it?
No. Taurin, what you sensed before in the campaign was his disguise. You were, as a matter of fact, the only person who knew he was disguising himself.
That's right. Okay. I just had to make. Sorry, just old memory popped up. Yeah. Okay. Well. He's not that of a wizard.
Do you mean like natural magics, or even I have some of that?
Are you thinking maybe it's more ancient, possibly?
Well, I can tell you he's no disciple of the elements. That much I feel safe in saying.
Curious indeed.
Hmm. And regardless of his status as a wizard or a mage or a warlock or a druid, we know he's a liar, and that's the important part.
But what's the source of his magic? Now I'm really curious. I have to know. I might have to ask him more questions later on.
She lets out a small sigh. Natural, ancient. It is hard to tell, but I feel like there's something or someone he is connected to. But she pauses once more in thought.
Do you mean like Kipper, or? I have heard things where sometimes that God will provide people with aid in times of plight, but
I heard of pacts before between Fae and adventurers alike, so it could be something like that, maybe.
She shakes her head. It feels like me. He's in a jar, except a big jar. Perhaps he too seeks freedom.
well, a lot of men and women feel like they're trapped in something sometimes. So, I don't quite understand what would have him trapped.
We all do
If
seek
anything.
freedom.
The one thing he seems good at is escaping.
It's more reflects on the strings within She's jar and they're still in his possession. Chi smiles at that. Well, perhaps he has his reasons, as we all do.
Torn will kind of nod at that.
Let's just hope that what he says is truthful. That he is actually just trying to provide us help. I've known far too many who say such things and then only trying to take advantage of what we're doing.
Those who have
Gee.
ulterior motives tend to do that, but it's to be expected sometimes, I guess. You never know what someone's true motives are, I suppose.
Indeed.
She looks at
Especially
Ambrose. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, especially in turbulent times like these.
She would look at Ambrose and says, has he led you all astray so far?
Not beyond what I would consider benign lies. Things like disguising himself, appearing, and, well, forcing his way into certain places.
I don't see an issue with shape-shifting myself, but that's just coming from me, a druid, so.
Well, I will remind everyone that none of the High Council members seem to be eager to see him once he revealed his true identity.
You're right. They didn't like that, did they?
Yes. And I think that goes beyond mere deception.
Sylvana was really upset. That much I remember last time, so.
Yes. And, despite being one of the best scryers in the land, he managed to trick Perrin as well.
A master of disguise. We should take notes sometime.
Yes. Well,
Might come in handy.
my concern isn't particularly within the history, but more what he's capable of, and the fact that he never really tells the truth. He always skirts around it somehow.
Well, he doesn't know what we're capable of, so, you know, we can always surprise him as well.
Yeah. I like punch Taurin on the shoulder, but friendly. It's like, that's right. My
Little
gloved
nudge.
hand. Yeah, my gloved hand makes a contact with her furry shoulder.
Fuzzy.
Mhm.
Furry shadow.
She lets out
Furry and
another
fuzzy.
Well, I'm sure we all have our reasons, as I've said. Like myself, I cannot tell you about myself, but I have my reasons. And I am sure you all have your secrets.
Doesn't. We at least have one or two in our life, right?
Yeah, Rexmoa takes a look around at his party, and yeah, he reflects on the time he spent with them. Nothing particularly foul or onerous has happened yet, but he does kind of think that he doesn't fully know everyone yet, and acknowledges what she had to say. Well, I can tell you one thing as someone who's been in the archaeology and anthropology field as long as I have. Secrets, they always get revealed. The truth, even if it's hundreds of years from now, they'll find its way to the light.
Secrets of secrets for a reason.
As you guys are having this conversation, you see how Hori and Bell have almost like set up their cart already. And they're, getting ready to maybe putting out some of the cooking equipment to start getting some food. When suddenly you feel the earth shake. There is a rumble that makes you guys alert.
What was that?
Everybody just
Was it
kind of
like-
stopped for a second. Yeah. I was about to say, everybody just kind of stops for a second as the rumble continues. It was like a good solid few seconds of the earth rumbling, and then it stops. And silence again.
A good rumble. Like the earth just burped.
This is exactly what you guys are saying. This does definitely feel like a small earthquake.
How close are we to the dwarven settlement?
You can see the mountain ranges on your vision. It's obviously this part is flatland, so the mountain ranges are within your vision. Knowing that the distance and how you guys are moving at a good pace, well, depending on how you're going to go over here, but with the aid of Hori and Bell that have their cart, which could probably take some of you, if not all, I would say that you guys would still have about a good day of traveling until you reach what would be the mountain range known as Vithia's Cradle, which hosts a variety of smaller settlements, towns, and obviously the Dwarven Kingdom within. She rubs her chin. Perhaps I simply feel sorry for him. The feeling I felt reminds me of myself, trapped. I would say I do not judge him too harshly.
To a certain extent, everyone deserves some amount of chance.
Should we help Hori and Bell see if they need any assistance?
Good idea, Taurin.
Yeah. Not fair to kind of watch them do the work, you know?
I see
They did take all my gold yesterday.
Yeah.
It's true. As you guys are mentioning this, you hear Hori say, "I will, right, lass. Don't worry. These earthquakes, these shakes of the land have been happening a lot more often. I
They
wonder,
have.
have you not felt them? It's around the region.
No, certainly felt that last one.
That was a first for us, anyways. For some time, you say?
Oh, not that long. It's been a few days, perhaps.
We
You
are
can-
getting closer to Galpthea.
Don't
I
remember being
wonder if there's something going on over there.
What was it the
Oh.
not wizard said? Some kind of ancient magic he sensed?
That's right.
Yeah. That's why that thought came across.
Wild magic, ancient magic. Never a shortage of magic around here, it would seem.
Never hurt to go exploring, see what could be causing it, at least.
We have to head to the kingdom anyway. I guess we're bound to find out if there is a reason behind it. Let's just hope it's not something to do with Vithius herself.
So I remember, I don't think there were any active volcanoes around here.
Why don't you give me a history check?
Okay. Do-do-do-do-do-do. History. Wish me luck.
Okay.
Oh.
With that history, I can tell you that, as far as you know, the only active volcano is the one that has been mentioned in all the tales of the Titans, the ancient beings that used to roam the land while forming it, which is the one all the way
Eastern Barrens one, right?
correct. No, well, we are in the Eastern Barrens. We'll be in the Western Lands. No, sorry, it's Eastern Barrens. I'm dumb. Yes, sorry, my bad. I got confused.
East, west, north,
Yeah,
south.
I got confused. Yes, that would be the only one that you know that
East.
exists right there. West, correct. But yeah, as far as like any other smaller volcanoes, it doesn't like ring a bell for you.
Okay. Would I relay that to the party, I guess?
If you want to, yeah.
Just like, or is it just general knowledge?
Well, this is
Okay.
knowledge that I'm like, this is something that you would know. So like, that's up to you to relay it to the party. Or...
Okay. It's like the only volcano I know of would be the one that was from like the old tales about the Titans and ancients. Pretty much back when Crenia was being formed. So.
Perhaps it's Vithius waking up from her nap.
True. Could very well be.
Just as a
Come on,
little
Nat.
reminder, Taurin, would you mind giving me a religion check, please?
Religion.
Oh, dirty 20, let's go.
That was nice.
Damn, okay. Yes, indeed. You recall that the story of creation and as to why that volcano is where it is, it was the site where the Titans fought the menace of the fire, where Catsius, the fire titan, was encased in stone, surrounded by sea, and subjected to the worst weathers. So he would never wake up again. Of course, the tales of the Titans are old. Maybe they're real, maybe they're not. Your experience may be different depending on your interaction with these kinds of beings. but they all share similarities.
Okay. Well, if I recall correctly, with the volcano, in the placement for it at least from the story of creation, it's the site where they fought Cathius, where he was pretty much put to sleep, if I remember that. So he's not going to wake up ever again, I hope.
I hope so too. I'm very impressed. Not many people your age tend to know about the stories of the Titans.
Oh, I mean, being a merchant has its perks. You kind of pick up things here and there, traveling around.
Very astute, Taurin.
Thank you. Little bow.
So as you guys are, discussing this and talking about, you can smell the scent of food already as Hori and Belle are preparing their foods, and they just kind of, call you in so you can put on your own kind of foodstuffs and everything. So they have kind of like this small grill that they've like put out from their cart. The cart itself, it doesn't look that big, but once it opens up as a shop, it is quite spacious because they have made it be like that. So you guys are invited for breakfast. You guys, start using your rations and have some food to start your day. And once everybody's done, everything is cleaned up, Hori and Belle decide that they want to keep moving because they are to drop some stuff at their town, maybe restock on some items, and continue their trading cycle, I guess.
There we go.
So as you guys are going to follow them?
Preferably we hitch a ride if they would accommodate us.
Yeah, as I said, I mean, if you want to follow along with the carriage, you can totally probably sit down around the carriage and just grab a ride with them. It would definitely make you go faster and will, avoid from any distractions along the road.
Sure. There we go.
Yep. So the dwarven couple are very happy to have you around. They alone have been traveling along the land, and yeah, sure, they've had encountered their problems. They are strong, but obviously having more company of good people is always nice. So they kind of just have you sit on their carriage, not in, because in obviously their shop, but around the carriage you can hold on to the metal framings of the carriage, or sit on top of it for the smaller people, for example Kipper.
Right, just sitting there kicking little feetsies.
Exactly. And they will take you on into towards the mountain range. Slowly the day passes. Nothing strange happens at all. As the day starts, going away and night starts falling, you are able to feel another one of these shakes, these rumbles of the earth. Same again, few seconds. That makes everything stop for a moment and then, continue. Everything seems to be fine. You're already starting to see a little bit more traffic of people, carts, and horse riders, or different civilization, pretty much. Signs of life as you are approaching the mountain ranges closer.
Yeah.
This one's a little evil, but this one.
Kipper wakes up.
Kipper wakes up. Kipper, you are riding along with Hori and Belle on the cart towards the mountain range.
I just had to take a nap, I guess.
A little extra.
Nothing weird happened?
Correct.
I mean, there's been earthquakes. I think that's kind of weird.
Mhm.
I mean, we're in the mountains. Maybe it's like tectonic stuff.
We talked about our pal Theo, and she contributed some of her thoughts as to his nature.
He's mysterious in mysterious
Yeah.
ways.
He
and
is magic. Is
magic,
kind of
yeah.
strange.
Yeah.
Spooky.
He's trapped in a theoretical jar of emotion, according to Chi.
Emotional
Perhaps.
damage.
He
Yeah.
is trapped
added the
in a
emotional thing.
legitimate jar
Mhm.
of
Mm.
trappingness.
So yeah, your ride on that day goes smoothly, and you get quite a distance. You travel quite a distance with the cart. They are clearly, set on getting into the town. They are not stopping, unless it's for food or whatever needs they may have. So, nighttime comes by. Everything is relaxing. You guys decide to obviously camp again with Hori and Bell, leaving the cart to one side of the road. Setting up your little bedrolls and a little fire to warm up your foods and all of those things. Guys, take down one of the rations of your travel.
Gonna make some chili soup. Something nice and
Nice.
hot. Nom nom nom.
The day has been, since it's been a little bit of a relief. Lately you guys have been traveling along and have found a lot of dangers along the road, or end up in bad situations that you've had to deal with because of outer forces. But this day of nothing feels refreshing. Feels nice to not be attacked by anything, or not find out that something is bad.
So many things were bad. So
Mhm.
many things secretly bad.
And you guys enjoy the evening with the dwarven couple, having some.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we ask like
Yeah. That's what to
more
say.
about like the tremors and okay.
Yeah, of course. That's what I was about to say. If you guys
Yeah.
wanted to converse and do some, let me put the pictures of Hori and Bell in the screen for the people. But yeah. You guys are, as I said, you guys are sharing, hitching a ride with them, so you guys can converse and talk. They are there for that.
Grab that food. Grab that food.
Wrap.
So I guess the main question Taurin would ask would be
You got
they've
games on your
noticed-
phone?
anything. Got games. on your phone. If there's been anything like any movement, like you see anything like soldiers moving around or anything like that, anything out of the ordinary.
You would ask that to Hori and Bell?
Yeah.
Bell will say, not that we know of. What we have heard, we've heard the people, the elves, are not happy with the dwarves. And vice versa, the dwarves are also not trustworthy of the elves. Some problems are brewing.
What kind of problems? Like, is there anything specific that might be causing the discontent in the land?
Oh, politics. I am not too knowledgeable about it. But, war is usually fought for territory or power. I don't really know what we're fighting for now.
Go for it, guys.
Seems
Got
like
questions?
that's the case around a lot lately. People are not knowing what they're fighting for anymore. Or fighting for no reason.
I feel like once you've lost the knowledge of why you're fighting, honestly, that's around a good point to stop and look at it objectively. But I know that is nearly impossible when everyone has skin in the game.
Yeah, Hori...
Also,
Oop, no, go ahead.
with Theo, so what were you guys talking about before with that sorcerer?
Hori speaks up and he goes, well, he was just inquiring about our produce, our weapons, our potions. You guys know him, right? You don't seem to be too friendly to him.
Beginnings. Let's just put it at that.
He's deceived us a few times. It's not he's not necessarily forthcoming with information all of the time. He says things and 3/4 of them are true. I think it's more that he omits information. And also he pretended to be an old man. Don't know why that was weird, but it was.
Hori again says, strange times these are. Things are happening in weird ways. The festival of the Harvest Festival is supposed to be a time of peace, a time of rejoice. What happened? This has never happened in all of my years. Now, we're tremors. The possibility of war. What is going on with the world?
Okay, pause. The Harvest Festival, is that a different festival from the one in Misspell?
That is the Mistbell Festival.
Okay. What is Misspell harvesting?
It is not the harvest of Mistbell. The Harvest Festival is a festival that is celebrated on the world to basically, it's kind of like a commerce unity celebration where people gather around in Mistbell. You know, everybody just has their
Probably
own.
people from multiple nations bring the things they harvested, like the biggest farmers market.
Correct. It is called the Harvest Festival because it is the point of the last harvest before starting to go into the winter months.
Yeah. Understood.
Well, unfortunately, my friend, that's just the cycle that we're trapped in, it seems. There are times of peace and there are times of war. And judging by how things are going in the major kingdoms, well, the times of peace might be coming near an end.
Bell says, yes, and it's going to be bad for the business. Or good. Don't know.
There's one thing true about nature. Things always change. Not always for the bad, and not always for good sometimes. But hopefully all this ends up in a better place than where it's at currently.
I only hope you're right. I don't think a war is something we want in these times. But if it does come to a war, we're all protected.
If it happens, we'll just have to be ready for the change that comes along with it, unfortunately.
When's the last time you've been to Galvathier?
Hori says, Hori, yeah, kind of look at each other, kind of like reminiscing, like, oh, why, how much was it? Is it a week? Is it a month? And they were like, at least a couple of months. We always set out, sell all of our products, come back, get new things, then set out again. That's our life. That's how we live it.
Well, you didn't hear it from me, Hori, but I've been told that they've been mobilizing over there. Not exactly sure for what, but it's clear that something is happening, and they want to be prepared for it.
She speaks up after listening to everybody. If war is inevitable, then the least we can do is be the best we can and help those less fortunate.
I couldn't agree more with that statement.
It'd be
Hori-
better if certain people would make it harder.
Hori says, I've heard them mobilizing. It concerns me. The dwarves are not known for mercy. Didn't hear it from me, but our king is a hard-headed, harder than any Or I've ever seen.
I mean, if
I
it's
don't-
any consolation, there's an equally hard-headed lady in charge of one of the... Oh, wait, no, that doesn't make it better. Why am I saying this? Disregard what I just said.
I don't really think armies are going to be the worst thing.
Then what do you
Kipper's
think
just
would
having
be?
Sylvana flashbacks.
Even if that is, dwarves, elves, humans, even if all fight, that will only be a stage. There will be worse things. Which is why it needs to stop before it starts.
I wish more people think like you, lad. Unfortunately, we are in times of need. Everybody looks for themselves. Chi says, that is why you're all working towards, right?
Trying to. Easier said than done when no one wants to listen.
We're just working one little victory at a time, I guess.
All you can do is try, really. And hopefully your words and actions will make it to the other side. Hopefully they'll see through the hate, you know?
Speaking of words, I wonder what the word L of the day is.
Good question. We should find out soon.
Belle interjects and says, oh, Wardell, that wizard. I don't like those puzzles. I cannot get those puzzles.
Devotion. I like it.
I've heard no one knows where he lives.
Ooh.
He
A
just
mystery
wanders
author.
around aimlessly.
Crafting puzzles.
Does he publish them?
Chi says, well, trying is better than not. We are only responsible for what we can do.
You are right. How does he publish them?
Magic?
Carrier pigeons. Most
oh,
likely.
You know what?
Hmm.
I could totally see carrier pigeons.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's probably a kooky guy.
Oh, well, whatever it is. Right now, we are hoping to get more things and set out again. Maybe we'll go back to Mistbeld, see how the things have, passed around there. And maybe we'll go to the coast over to Strail. Who knows? We'll have to think about what we're going to restock on. If there's even anything else, the forges are probably busy right now. Forging arms and armor.
That not your type of business, Hori?
Well, of course we sell weapons and armor, but people also like smaller things, useful things. Like, for example, the torch I sold you.
That's right. The magical torch.
Or the potions that I bought.
Kind of looks at the potions in my pack, going, yes, the mystery ones.
Oh, not just those, but the ones that we know their effects. We just have this business strategy with some of the local alchemists. We buy the potions that they don't really know for at very cheap prices, and we sell them at very cheap prices as well. It's a win-win, really. Of course, Hori and Bell's Curiosities does not endorse any of these activities. It could result on injury. And we are not responsible for any injury caused by the potions bought.
Of course. Or if you happen to be allergic to bees and you get a potion that turns you into bees.
Exactly. To yourself?
But that is why we set out from our home, the mountains. We like to explore the world, bring a little bit of the world to everybody. Even if it's on a simple carriage.
Well, I think your carriage is quite nice.
Belle says, oh, I know, I built it.
It was your remarkable craftsmanship that made this?
I spent nights and days crafting this lovely piece of equipment. She just kind of slaps the cart, like a car salesman. It's sturdy, very durable, like the rocks that make our mountains.
Have you all ever thought about settling down, maybe?
Truth be told, yes, a couple of times. But the life of home is not for us. We enjoy the adventure, we enjoy the travel.
Yeah, I must admit, the call of the wild is one that's hard to ignore.
Yes, not only that, but it is profitable.
I suppose that helps too. I was thinking what I would want to do after all this is said and done. Travel the world. Stick around. Seize Marrow. So many possibilities.
Is Seize Marrow, like, warm? Is it, because I wouldn't mind not being in a cold place anymore.
Glad the 2 seasons are hot and wet and hot and dry. And you can take your pick.
I can deal with those.
Belle moves closer to sit around the campfire as you're sharing, She goes, in After what, lad? If you don't mind me asking.
Hmm.
What quest are you embarked in?
Well, Rexmoa reflects a bit, but he does feel like he trusts Hori and Bell enough, despite their questionable merchandise, to reveal some of the truth at
Hey,
least.
listen. Business strategy, man. Don't hate the player,
Alright.
hate the game.
I had to sign the waiver, so it's all on me now, really. Yeah, we are coming from Galranthier on as an envoy of sorts for the High Council. I mean, they seem just as nervous as your king is, and we're hoping to tamper down any chaos that might arise during these uncertain times.
If we can convince... We've already convinced one of the lords that the war isn't something that should happen. So maybe if there's any way we can convince anyone in Galvathier?
Hmm?
Galvathier that peace is still attainable. Or at least just stalemate. Not like tensions can be erased, but at least if they can be eased.
Hori nods at what you're saying. So the elves are smart after all. They are sending non-elven to do their political talking. It's very clever. I was surprised to hear that an envoy from the elven towns didn't come with a fancy caravan, very good-looking horses and surrounded by tall and skinny men in armor.
They probably saw that something as gaudy as that wouldn't be well received by the dwarves.
And they'd be right. Would probably kick their sorry asses back to their trees. It's interesting the kind of people they chose. You don't strike me as the political type.
Definitely not. No. I actually really don't like politicians or mayors or people in power or I got us into a little bit of trouble in Galranthia, so I'm gonna be very quiet if we happen to speak to any politicians in Galranthia.
That's a good idea, lad. I mean, we definitely had in on the High Council, but upset the King of the Dwarves, and well, I'm sure Hori can tell you they're not the type to forget.
Your head will be displayed on a pike in front of everybody. If you are lucky.
If I'm
That's-
lucky.
Not. Yep, that sounds about right. Yeah.
I appreciate the discretion, though.
I'm right. Taurin, weren't you from around Galvathier?
Yeah, that's right. You seem right at home.
Taurin kind of hesitates. Yeah, I used to call this place home. It's been a while.
Where have you been since then?
Oh, traveling the world, of course. Trying to
Understood.
find.
Look at that. Another free
deal.
spirit.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely my first time traveling. So I'm happy that they've been basically showing me around at this point.
This is about as far as I've been. I know the surrounding areas. Not well, but I know how to get from to to fro.
Do you have
Well-
any family here, Taurin?
Family. Yeah. Well, it's been so long. I don't even know if they're here anymore, to be honest.
Well, where from, lass? I don't recall seeing any cats outside of the dwarven towns.
Oh, they wouldn't be any towns. They tend to stick with the forest, of course. The winter forest.
Oh, the people of the north, right? Your fur and everything makes total sense.
You come from a place colder than this?
Indeed.
Rexmoa is like, oh no, we have to go there at some point, don't we?
You've never wrote to them, and they've never tried writing to you?
We lost connection a while ago.
I can't blame you, lass. The cold over there is sharp as a knife. I don't think anything or anyone would want to go in there.
No, it wouldn't be a good idea.
It's all right. You don't have to talk any more than you would like to.
I mean,
Sorry, I didn't mean to put any pressure on you.
it's all right. It's just I never really got a chance to talk about it. That's all. It's just something I had to go through alone for so long. Not having that closure, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So-
Well, once our business in Galthir is done, maybe we could take a bit of a stop further north if we can find more layers to put on.
Belle says,
Yeah.
oh, that's a good idea. You're not that far off.
You already look like a marshmallow.
You can find some kind of spell or something to kind of keep you warm as well. Like a glowing
my
stone
goodness.
of some sorts.
That makes so much sense.
They do
We
have
should
those
just
here.
Find an enchantment or something.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Oh wait, I mean,
Mm,
you're already
yeah.
waddling a little bit like a penguin. You're gonna need something. I know you don't. I know you don't like it, but the doctor prescribes be okay with just a wee bit of enchantment, just a wee bit.
Hori nudges Rexmoa and he says, don't be afraid of magic, lad. Magic is everywhere. Even in the torch that I just sold you.
No, I'm not afraid. I am perfectly aware of what magic can do. No, something as simple as the torch, I don't mind, but when it comes to enchanted pieces of equipment and artifacts, well, in my experience, it sometimes can do more harm than good.
Well, I've met with very odd people in my travels. I've seen many artifacts. I can tell you, most of them are not bad. Some of them are a little weird, but besides of, few scratches here and there, you're fine.
Well, I am already used to those.
How are you going to fight people if you're like
I mean,
pillow punches every? You're just like a big Jello man at this point.
Funny enough, for
Which is it-
Rexmoa, having that much clothing on does not impair his movements whatsoever.
That is absolutely hilarious. But in my brain, I've just been imagining him waddling.
I mean, he
from
kind of
sheer
does.
amount of layers.
He has a
Imagine
very
me
big-
like what's his name from Tekken, like the heavier set fighter, but he could still do like cartwheels and backflips.
Oh yeah.
know what? Yeah, that works.
I could. Okay.
Mm,
Your fighting style just changed a little bit.
yeah.
A
Mhm.
little extra. A few more layers. It's not that bad. Yeah.
A few more layers, and then you will be the tent that we all reside
His
in.
his name is Bob. His name is
It's
Robert
just
Richards.
Robert
Robert
Richards?
Richards.
Yeah. You could call him Bob Dick.
Oh, hang on.
That's funny.
Oh,
Okay. Memory unlocked.
That is
wow.
funny.
Okay. It's been a while. Posted in the collab chat.
Okay, I'll
Let's
check
see.
it out. So, as you were speaking, Hori adds, well, whatever you're here to do, I hope you guys can figure it out. I know our people can be a little bit hard to convince, but you have the heart. I believe in you. I honestly do.
Hmm.
Well,
Hmm.
thank you for your encouragement. Hopefully, we can do our best and quell whatever storm that's brewing.
I do ask one thing. Is there any subject matter that we should perhaps not bring up in front of the king?
Oh. Usually he gets a little annoyed when you talk about the elves. But
Hmm.
that's just our timeless rivalry. I don't think there's anything that our king would deem inappropriate. We are dwarves after all. We are not the most appropriate out of all of them.
And drink and jolly demeanor, right?
You know it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Among other things.
Perhaps keeping your visit short and concise would do the trick. I
Being
know
it simple.
Yes, our king hates apologetic people. He does not stand them.
oh. Then we will just be confident. Oh wait,
Hmm.
I don't apologize to politicians. Maybe I'll be good.
Hmm. You know? I was about to say, maybe just think about how Sylvana would act.
I don't care how Sylvana will act.
Ah,
She's
that's
a
the spirit,
basic-
lad.
She's basic. No one loves her. I'm a good
Hmm.
person.
After
And, you
Bill,
know-
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so we're approaching the settlement, right? Like not quite Gaudenthir, but like the outside.
Yeah.
I guess small little towns.
Yeah, you
So,
can
yeah,
already
I'll-
see like small settlements about, and closer to you is the start of the mountain range. You guys have already set foot on the start of the mountain range. You know that the Dwarven city is
Mm.
kind of like in the middle between all the mountains, and obviously
Mm.
branching paths that lead to other smaller towns around the surrounding area. Some more up in the mountains, some in valleys between mountains or below, and stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, I would just like to communicate something to Hori, perhaps just a little bit in a hushed tone.
Okay.
I would like to say, well, if you and Belle aren't looking for trouble out there, I might think twice about heading towards Port Strail.
Hori would just nod at you. I'll keep that in mind, lad.
Mm. Yep, and Rexmoa would just nod in solidarity. Just a couple of dudes just nodding and talking, as they do.
Not
Belle-
suspicious at all.
Belle had finished her food, and she stands up and goes, "Okay, well, I'm going to start setting up bedrolls for the night. You're welcome to stay around, like." Hori, you're watching the night? He goes, yes, well. And, she goes over to the cart and starts setting up pulls out their bedrolls and stuff like that and starts setting up the area, cleaning up from the food stuffs and everything.
Orange's not really tired yet.
I know that the closer and closer we get to Galvathir, the more I am generally looking around, staring at the different pieces of the mountainside, and being just generally looking somewhat anxious and just looking everywhere I can. Almost as if I'm just looking at the specific parts of the mountain.
Taurin would kind of notice, and maybe Taurin will approach him. So, is everything all right, friend? To Ambrose, of course.
Yeah, and still kind of staring off to the side, not really paying attention to where we're going, and when we kind of sort of stop, I'm still kind of moving slightly before I realize. I will look over at you after a few moments. Yes, I am all right. I'm just making sure nothing is going to come out of our surroundings. Yeah.
Why so on edge? You'll be able to hear him before you can see them here.
I suppose you're right. Just looking, seeing if I see anything out of place. See if I can find where water might come from.
Oh, water?
Water.
Fresh and running?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a couple of creeks. Maybe a waterfall somewhere. Could I do I don't know. What would that even be?
You can do like a survival check to see if...
Survival?
Yeah.
Oh. Where'd it go? Let's see if we can find some water for Ambrose.
Our thirsty, thirsty companion.
Yeah. With that survival check, I can tell you that you sniff around, look around the area, and sure enough, you can hear a small creek of water as you guys are passing by.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit away, not too far from your campsite.
And then she'll kind of motion over here.
I'll look at the creek and I will look around it and see if there is anything resembling where it might lead into like a cave or anything.
Investigate. Well, perception, I guess. This is not investigation.
There's my perception. There we go. 11.
You can see, follow along the creek until it kind of, merges with some other, it kind of winds around and you cannot follow it any longer as it goes back some small hills. You don't know if there's a cave or anything like that.
I'll watch as it kind of winds around to the point where I can't see. Just kind of slump slightly and say, thanks.
Huh? Was it not water you were looking for, or?
I'm looking for a place where someone could hide, where someone could still survive.
Oh. Like a hidden home in the mountains. I see. She'll kind of like pull out a empty little bottle. I think I have an empty bottle in here. I'll fill it up with some water.
I said that I heard strange things when I spoke with that scryer. I could be wrong, but I feel like the closer we get to Galgathir, the more on edge I am.
Oh.
The more I might be passing up my last chance.
You're looking for someone, huh? I'm sorry, does
I
Taurin
know.
know that by chance that he's looking for somebody?
I'm looking for my mentor, generally speaking. I've not been
Okay.
like super vocal about it, and I don't think
Yeah.
Taurin and I have ever actually had a conversation about it. So,
Yeah, because Taurin was with on her date when we were on our little side quest.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That is
Mm.
true.
I forgot about that.
Oh my god, how could you forget?
I can't
You said you'd come
deny it.
back.
Bitch, you're too busy smonching on a man's face, okay?
Smonch? No, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
That's why-
smonching. It's like crunching and smooching.
That's why she's nervous to go back home.
I live with an elf.
Oh no.
I'll briefly look back at Ori and Bell before saying, I briefly said or talked about the scrying session before we left completely. But I am scared to see my mentor again, if I even will. I think he's around here, around Galgathir.
Oh.
The only thing I know, the only hint I have, was that scrying session. But it seemed to be dark. Was the dripping of water.
Anything else stand out in the vision?
I didn't see it myself, if you remember.
You said scrying, right? Someone was looking for you.
But I felt the power that came out of it. That there was something else there, and the emotion that came from it. My mentor has been hiding for some time. I'm sure of it. I know he's been avoiding me.
No. Oh. Why would he do that?
I'll look over at you and frown and say, we said it before, didn't we? That we all have secrets.
Oh. Right. This is one of those secret things. Okay. You don't have to answer. That's fine. I'll respect that space. Yes.
I don't think our group would see things the same way if I said something. And even then, I'm not sure if it's my place to explain. Some things are better said by the person themselves. If I even get that chance.
Okay. So you want to meet them and talk with them. I can understand that. There's a couple of people I would like to at least talk to again. If I get the chance.
Yes, a conversation. That's more than either of us deserve.
Again.
I don't think my reunion with him will end in a conversation.
Oh. You guys ended on bad terms, it seems like. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna pry on that, of course. Your secrets are your own, as, of course. We all have those that we don't want to share.
I'll give you this, like, strange... It's not really a frown, it's like a mixture of where he's kind of struggling to put on a certain expression. His eyes are furrowed, his lips quiver ever so slightly. I'm not even sure I'd call our last visit bad. It's hard to explain.
You hungry? You want to go? We can go eat something. We can change the subject. It's fine.
Thank you for trying to help.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you're looking for water, sources of water. So if we find any creepy caves or anything like that, we'll keep an eye out for them.
All I know is I heard water dripping on the stone, but it was dark. That's why I think it must have been a cave.
Okay.
And the fact that I could tell he didn't want to be seen, he didn't want to be found.
Do you have anything of him, do you have anything of his personal belongings that you could, you could probably track him down with, you get a bloodhound or something, maybe. That's an idea. I don't know if my nose will do any good.
I'll slip the sheath of my blade slightly and kind of just slowly unsheath it from my back, and then just kind of plant the sword into the ground and say, the thing I've been carrying this entire time, what I fight with. It wasn't my sword, originally. It was his. It was the thing he left me with before he left me. But I'm not sure how effective a dog would be after 10 years had passed.
Be worth a try. Torn will kind of look at it. With the beast sense, can I do something with that possibly, or?
What are you trying to do with it?
Can I get like a smell from it? Like maybe, like, I don't know, something that's like coming off of, I don't know, like some kind of smell from his
sniff.
A
I
good
would
sniff.
say that
Would that even work?
not really, unless you're trying to locate, like with a spell. There are spells specifically for that nature. No, if you could try and be like, oh yeah, I can probably pick up a scent, but following a trail like that, very difficult.
Very difficult? Okay. Oh, it's for a beast anyways. I'm reading it here. Never mind. I gotta touch the animal. Find it for me, child.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. There's no critters around, though, I'm pretty sure.
And even then, I don't think anything would be more effective than scrying. And somehow, scrying with my mentor only gave me such little information. I've heard scrying is the most effective way to find something, to see something. So, I'm not sure, even if the trail was still fresh, if it'd work better.
Well, I wish I could be of more help. Maybe. Taurin just kind of scratches her head. Yeah. I mean, would locate animals or plants be kind of helpful, maybe?
Oh, that would help you to locate animals or plants.
That's it? Okay, that's it? Okay, that's all his fours locate. Okay, I really don't have anything then. Nah,
All right, you don't
okay.
gotta solve every problem immediately.
No. Well, I mean, at least get like a smell. So if we're walking around town and go, "Who? What's that smell? That smells weird." You know what I mean?
Mhm. Uh-huh.
I don't know. That's all I was
would
trying to
say,
do.
as I said, if you had some sort of spell that would allow you to identify, maybe, like the spell
Yeah.
identify, I would give you that.
But nah, I don't have
Yeah.
anything like that. It's okay. That's fine.
I guess theoretically speaking, something like locate object would work because
Exactly,
I
locate
know
object
I
as well.
personally know what he would be carrying. Generally
Yeah.
speaking, of course. But I think that's like a 4th level spell. I think
Locate yeah, I think you may be right.
maybe.
It's either 3rd or
And even
4th.
I'm not sure that's on the druid spell list. I mean,
I
it's like
have
a
it.
wizard or sorcerer. Oh, is it?
I do.
Wait, you just
Locate
you have
object?
it? I mean,
I
Oh, it's
mean,
2nd level.
it's
Oh,
only going to
no,
be for like
it's
1,000 feet from us
Wait.
currently. So if he's within 1,000 feet, we'll find him, I think. But other than that, nah.
and how long does it last?
Concentration up to 10 minutes.
I mean,
You want me to pop that? I mean, it's just something different. I mean, I could try. I mean, won't hurt.
try it, totally. Nobody's stopping you.
Okay. I mean, let's give it a go. Let's try.
Righty.
Do it to it.
Let's try.
Oh,
So she'll kind of like clap her hands together, warm them up, and go, "Wah."
Yeah, I could like describe how his cloak appears, because that's the most notable thing about his appearance.
Forked twig.
1,000 feet. Let me check how much that is in cool. Cool measurements.
Okay.
That's
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was worth a try. I mean,
Oh, that's not that much.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I would say, Taurin, as you focus the energy on the description that Ambrose is giving you of the cloak of his mentor, you don't feel it around the area of the spell.
okay. Sorry, I'm not picking up anything. That's
It
all
would
she
be
would say.
blind luck if we happened to be so close. Like I
Mean,
said, I've been searching for 10 years with little success. I think this is the closest I've been.
well, we'll just have to keep looking then.
But I spoke with some guards. I spoke with that bard as well, not to mention the scryer, and they said they seemed to have seen someone similar to what my mentor wore, heading around this direction.
Oh.
I only hope that it wasn't too long ago.
Well, I'm sure if we get to the city, we might find out a little bit more. Match somebody with the description, and then maybe he'll be there somewhere instead of a cold cavern with dripping water. Yes.
I kind of grimace when you say he'll be there, even possibly. I'll look up at you, the expression not really changing, and say, hopefully. Again, I Thanks for the effort.
You're welcome. Well, I got a little bit of water. This was fun. let's go back with the others.
Yes. I know I don't have any magics to help you, but I'll still swing my sword to protect you.
Oh,
Hopefully that's enough.
my fangs and claws will do the same for you.
I'll nod and look back at the water once more before still kind of slumped, making our way back to the group entirely.
Yeah.
At this point, you can see like how Hori and Belle have already said like their sleeping area, and Belle is already kind of settling down for the night, while Hori is going to start watch.
I think Taurin will just be making some like chamomile tea or something on the fire. Something to kind of ease her mind for the evening.
Got some herbs. You can do that in easy
Get
enough.
some herbs.
You can distribute
My
it to the party
rations.
if you want. Yeah.
I'll share some chamomile tea with everybody. Get some little cups, those little sip cups.
Everybody would have like their own mess kits. You know,
Oh,
like
Mhm.
cups and
that's
stuff.
fine. There you go.
I will attempt to look more on my maps. Every so often, kind of glancing at Torn and the rest of the party, still just kind of grimacing.
Mm. Sad
Work on
about
your
hours.
maps how?
I just generally try to make it look nicer and fill out spots that I may have missed.
Okay.
Taurin will just think, maybe he's trying to smile. I have no idea. Sips her tea.
Mhm. Yeah. Rexmoa will join Taurin for some tea. Tea time with Taurin. Tea time with Taurin and Chi.
Yeah.
True.
Is Kipper invited?
Yeah, you
course.
can tag along. Of
Yeah.
course.
I heard tea.
Come
what
and
kind
be
of tea
merry.
we have, bros?
Mm.
Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Or
Delicious.
chamomile, however you want to say it.
Yes. Honestly, I feel like it's regional.
Yeah. It's the tea that helps. That smells really good. That's all I know.
I mean, I think it's everywhere. Yeah.
sleepy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they put the H there. Oh, you know why? I think it's French. That's a French thing to do. Chamomile.
Yeah, silent letters.
Yeah. Like you think English is bad, just try to speak French on Duolingo.
Oh boy. So, are you guys doing anything else for the night, or are you guys wanting to settle down and we can look for who's going to do the watches?
I think Rexmoa is trying to settle down so he can get it in his sleeping bag as soon as possible.
All right, so let's see who wants to do the watches. Hori is taking first watch, so you still need 3 more people.
I'll try one.
Kipper-
Okay.
I'll
Kipper
take
wants-
watch again.
Go ahead.
Okay, Kipper wants to take watch too because he realizes there's a lot of scorpions in the area, and I still have 5 empty vials.
Ooh.
Okay. So it would be Hori first, Taurin, then Ambrose, then Kipper at the last watch.
Should I give some vials
Old
to
baddies.
everybody? Maybe everybody can try their hands at milk and scorpions, or
Sure. I'll have.
I'm not sure that's the right term, but yes.
It's milking. If for poisoning, like for
no, I
snakes.
Oh, it
mean-
is?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's milk.
I did not know
You
that.
milk is a
Mhm.
scorpion. Yeah,
It's
Scorpion milk.
delicate. You have to be able to.
It's very hard to milk a scorpion because their nipples are so small.
Sweet Jesus, what are you doing to these majestic creatures?
Not what I thought
I don't
that was
think that's
gonna
the
go.
right way.
I've been stung twice.
Oh, you have?
I got stung once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Just once.
Oh.
Last
So bad.
session.
Did you need to be like cured of any ailments, by the way?
I got poisoned, but I had an anti-venom on me.
Oh,
So
okay.
you all should have some anti-venom too, except for maybe Taurin.
I do.
Okay. I don't even know if I have anything. I have lesser restoration. I think I'll be fine.
Ah, yeah, you're
Yeah.
fine with that.
So
Okay,
I
so
have 5 of
Mm.
my
Mm.
whatchamacallit, empty vials. So
Vials.
who
Mm.
wants one?
Give one to each of them.
I'll
Oh.
assist. Yes.
Maybe just
If-
not one to Hori.
Mm,
okay.
yeah.
Okay,
get
so that leaves me with 2. Awesome.
That would be 3
One.
because you are one of them.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, Rexmoa's not doing
Uh-huh.
it
Yeah.
tonight. He already
I'm
got stung.
snoozing.
Very good. Very good. I'm math good.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll for Hori's watch. Oh damn, he has a very good roll. Okay. Hori passes the time. Nothing bad has happened on his watch. He eventually would, wake up Taurin as is your time to start your watch, and he would settle down on his own bedroll and go to bed. Taurin, I want you to give me a survival check, please.
Survival. Hang on 1 second. I gotta go all the way back up.
Oh, damn. Okay. So,
Damn, rolling good today. My
Mhm.
goodness.
I
Taurin,
like these rolls.
Yeah.
since a little bit ago you were good at tracking some water, you are a little familiar with this area as well. So for you, it's not difficult to keep watch and, be alert of whatever may be lurking in the darkness of the night. You can hear again some shuffling, maybe some curious creatures walking about, but nothing that would be cause of alarm of any kind. And your watch goes smoothly, no issues whatsoever. Once your hours of watch end, you pass the next one to Ambrose, which
Does
you
that
were.
mean
Yeah.
I milked a scorpion pretty well as well in that time too?
Well, no, you did not find anything. You were just. It was just quiet.
Gotcha. No worries. You're up.
Yep, Ambrose, you
Wakey,
have
wakey.
woken up, and as you do, roll me a survival check.
I don't think I'm gonna go a 25. I'm gonna be honest. I don't.
Hey,
I think
listen.
I'm gonna not get there.
Believe in
Still pretty
yourself.
good. That's
It's
still pretty good.
17.
Hey,
That
nice.
is still pretty good. Yeah, again, your watch is very quiet as the presence of more human life is closer, things are quieter. There's not a lot of, dangers of anything stalking you at night. Maybe,
I'll just
as I said, some prey
Take care
animals
of my
around.
blade. I'll just take care of my blade during the time, just kind of running my hand along it as I look around.
Your watch again goes smoothly. Nothing happens at night, and until it is time for you to wake up Kipper.
Yay!
And Kipper, you are taking the last watch. The sun will start to rise at this moment, so go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay. Oh, yo, wah, 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 wah. Where that button at? It starts with an F. There we go. Submit.
Damn. Okay, you guys have very good rolls for survival.
Damn.
Can I roll for scorpions?
Can you roll for scorpions? Give me a nature check. I will allow it just because your watch is pretty much going to be quiet as well.
I'm gonna be chasing down some scorpions. Nature.
Kipper, you
That's
look
pretty
about.
mid-round.
You look about, Kipper, and you can tell. Well, no, you can't tell. You know that some insects and some other critters are attracted to, bright embers, and obviously, the campfire that you guys put out still has some brightness as the wood is finishing, consuming with the fire, and obviously there's very slight smoke to it. Around you, however, there are no scorpions, unfortunately. You wait patiently, looking about, and your watch passes without any issues whatsoever.
Oh well.
Until, it is morning time, which you guys start waking up again. And since you guys have taken a long rest, technically, you would gain the benefits of a long rest, so make sure to restart all of your thingies.
Hmm.
And yeah, you guys wake up, same routine as before. Ori and Bell start, pulling out things to make food. You guys get your own as well. Everybody's, packing up their things, eating. And then if nobody has anything to do in this time, you guys will be setting down into the road towards the mountain range.
I think so.
Perfect. Again, I'm not going to make you roll for this one since you are already in a caravan. And you guys would just be able to go with Ori and Bell and their cart into the town. Well, not into the town. You guys enter the more rocky paths of the mountain. And let me switch the scenery here so we'll have a little bit of an idea. You guys enter the rocky paths of the mountains of Galvathir. You see a main road leading into this very windy mountain range, and some other smaller paths that, branch out into other sections of this place. Ori and Bell are set to go straight towards the Dwarven Kingdom. So they just keep to the road. They don't make any turns and anything. You guys would know that obviously there are people living around the areas. So it is not uncommon for them to be smaller villages or like hamlets or outposts around. However, as you guys are reaching this path towards the mountain, you see, everybody could see a shadow that just passes by. And looking up to your guys's I guess bad fortune, you see the glare of red scales as a red dragon soars above you in the direction of the Dwarven City.
So who's driving the carriage right now?
Hori and Bell are in the front of the carriage.
Okay. And I assume are we like beside them again, or are we like inside?
Yeah, you guys, inside is like full of their like merchandise, so you would be like grabbing along like the frame or like on top of the carriage or like behind in like a little like step that they have or something like that.
Okay. Oof.
Well, the thing that calls for your attention is that you see the shadow just immediately just flies by, and you look up and manage to catch a glance of the red scales of the dragon.
Did it look as big as the previous one we've seen?
Dang nabbit.
I don't know if you've seen more red dragons, but that one certainly looked very similar to the one you've seen.
I was thinking purely size-wise.
Bless you.
Looks at Rexmoa. Cousin of yours?
Unfortunately not. They probably don't enjoy the same type of meals that I do.
Kipper's
isn't good.
gonna just quietly say, "Ah, that stupid bastard."
It appears we're not the only ones who might have an interest in Galvathere.
And you can overhear the conversation in the front from Hori and Bell, like saying, "Oh my god, is that like a dragon?" And they're like, "No, it's not a dragon. It's very weird." It's like, "No, it was a dragon. I saw it." Blah blah. You know, kind of in disbelief as they're arguing that it really was or wasn't.
Here's to hoping he's just doing the same thing as he did with us, warning them. If not, it's not like we can fight that. And havoc will want to be wrought by the time we get there.
Yeah, it's not like this carriage can go any faster. Can it?
If you're asking Hori and Bell,
Yeah, I'd be asking Hori and Bell.
you can see that, like, so the carriage, by the way, it is not driven by any horse or any sort of animal. The carriage drives
how exotic.
itself. It has like a little machinery that makes it keep going. And Bell would say, "Aye, we can make this thing go fast." Is that true about the possible dragon?
It's not possible, it is. We saw it firsthand.
Yes, I doubt that it's a different dragon, unfortunately.
I would hope it
We
is
don't see
the
anything.
dragon.
Well, I really don't like the idea of a dragon, but sure, if you are needed faster, then we can make it faster. And see how Ori just kind of pulls another lever, and the machinery on the cart starts, like, you know, going faster as the cart just picks up the pace.
Question, how far away are we from the city?
On foot, you guys would be still several hours from the city. On cart,
Would the
I would
city-
say.
Oh, sorry. Would the city be able to see the dragon as well?
I mean, you're about out.
Okay. Kipper's just gonna be like, the dwarves in the watchtowers, they would have been able to see the dragon by now, wouldn't they? And yet I don't see any form of arrows or...
As if by
different-
coincidence, Kipper, just as you hear this and the cart is going faster, horns are blowing, directing coming from the city.
Never mind. Okay. I don't know.
You hear like the symphony of like battle horns that come from every outpost into the city.
Dang.
And by the way, with your card, I didn't finish answering the question. Normally on foot, it would take you several hours, where in the cart is going to be much, much faster. You would be there in probably an hour.
Hori,
Also,
Bell. we need to get there soon. But I understand this is a large strain to put on you two.
I can't make this thing go faster, lad. That's all it got.
What I'm saying is, don't feel like you have to abide by what we're asking.
Well, we can't just leave you down the road, right? That will just put you back in here. You will not be able to come there. Probably you'll be there by the afternoon. That sounds counterproductive.
Yes, that'd be far too late.
Yes, it would be. But I don't want to put you in danger for our own shortcomings.
Oh, don't worry, lad. A life of danger is a life of adventure. Of course, I mean, we are definitely not facing against a dragon, but we can take you to town.
Just make sure to hightail it out of there if it's looking sketchy.
You see the nod from them as the cart is just going ham through the roads. This is like Need for Speed type deal. The cart that is going, like it's picked up quite the speed. It's picked up quite the speed. Hey, you hear like everything inside of the shop area just rattle and like move about as the cart is just going through the pathways, and like, you know, it's vibrating because of the many stones that it's going along, and like turns make things fall over and everything, but they are determined in taking you there.
Like on a brick road.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, good.
A few minutes pass as you guys are getting into the trail until the trail kind of clears out a lot more, and you can see the entrance to the Dwarven city. It is a large gate with a lot of stone pillars with faces of dwarves carved on them.
They're shut?
The gates are always shut. The big gates of the city are they're mostly decorations. Well, you would know this. However, now you see that the gates have been pushed open.
Oh. Should we be shouting to Gagway? Get out the way! Since we're going down at full speed at this point, right?
Some people are there, and you shout at them. They just duck out of the way and just jump off and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
It's early in the morning for you guys, so there's not a lot of big traffic of people around. And as you guys approach this more clear area where the gates are, you are able to notice the gates are open at first glance, and second of all, as you get closer and closer, you can see the talons and the wings of the dragon coming out and starts, taking flight again, shooting a fire breath into the air as it just leaves. Horns are still going everywhere, and people are shouting. You can hear it even from the distance. It's quite a commotion as it is happening. And as you approach the entrance more and more, you can see there's a larger gathering of people, to the point where Hori and Bell are forced to stop the cart to not injure anybody.
Okay.
So they come to a full stop, and they would just leave you pretty much just a short walk away from the entrance.
And then,
Appreciate it.
did we
Mhm.
notice anybody riding the dragon by chance?
Oh yeah, the dragon had a rider. Of
It did?
course.
Okay. I asked that earlier. I was like, oh, I missed that part.
Where the dragon was flying above you probably couldn't, but as you see the dragon go out, you definitely can see the silhouette, if only small, of an individual on the dragon.
Okay.
So yeah, you are left a few feet of the entrance of the dwarven town. And Hori and Bell just kind of come to a full stop, and they are like, right, lads, this is as far as we go with the cart. Whatever you have to do, go do it fast.
Appreciate it. You two stay safe.
Yes. Many thanks. Safe travels and water's blessings. And Rexmoa hops off the cart and starts heading towards the gate.
I have a feeling we'll see each other again, so keep selling.
As long as we don't die.
Take care.
They just wave goodbye as you guys are running towards the entrance. And as you reach the entrance, as I said, the large stone door was more of like a, I guess, decoration at this point, because they had a smaller, still fairly large, a door for like normal entrance to the public. But again, the large doors have now been pushed open. You can see a lot of guards on the outside just pushing people back, and people that are trying to get in, some people that are running out of the town. It's all chaos and commotion as you guys arrive at the Dwarven City.
I guess I try to see what direction everyone's running away from, and that's where I would head.
Well, they're running away from the inside of the city. So they're going out the door.
All right. So we'll be going in. If they don't mind.
Yeah, okay. What is the marching order for this entrance? Because there is a crowd. Somebody said you cannot go like next shoulder to shoulder.
I'm a rather big man with good strength. I will start like kind of shoving people like to the side and let them go past us.
Okay, so it would be then Ambrose first. Then who goes next?
I guess it would be me.
Okay. Ambrose and Rexmoa third.
Let's go, Kip.
Okay.
Hold on to my skirt. Let's go.
Okay,
Start pushing through.
third Taurin
They're
and
running,
fourth.
and I'm just like basically like
Don't lose me.
dragged.
Okay, so third Taurin and fourth Kipper. Ambrose, I need you to give me an athletics check as you are pushing your way through
Alrighty.
this crowd. Easy enough.
21.
Easy enough. You managed to move them
did
aside.
your stretches this morning.
Oh, yeah, this man is good to go. He has urgency and he is showing it. You
Also
push the
note
people
that
around.
I'm not like shoving people out of the way. I'm specifically attempting to like not knock them over as I'm moving forward.
Right, you're just kind of moving them to a side, trying to not just just trample
Bulldoze through them.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
I don't want to just bulldoze them.
Exactly.
I'm a little bit taller than a dwarf.
I'm going to need Rexmoa. Well, everybody else actually, except for Ambrose. I'm going to need either a dexterity or a strength check, however you like.
Oh,
just
I know
so
which one I'm going for.
Just so you are, not lost in the crowd. Okay.
We're gonna go with dexterity.
Yep.
Oh, are
Either
we all
dexterity
doing
or
that?
strength. Yep.
I should have went with
Yep.
strength.
Yeah, everyone.
Can I go with wisdom?
No.
like, green
Right?
versus-
It's my best step.
You're trying to go
Mega
through a
Mind.
crowd.
You will move when I say.
Oh, and just turns into a bear and starts
Damn.
mauling everyone around us.
Oh,
Nice.
a nat 20.
Okay. So with,
That's rare.
No one wants to hurt the bunny.
Yeah.
so with these results, Ambrose, you start going through the crowd, pushing people aside, making way for the ones behind you. You are able to do so with ease. Most of the people over there are dwarves, but you can also see a lot of other species around. Rexmoa, you are able to keep up fairly well. you get like pushed by somebody that's just, you know, not wanting to move out of the way, or like some, you know, like maybe some recoil from Ambrose pushing them just makes you fall back a little bit. But you guys are fine, and both of you are reaching the I guess defensive wall of guards that is in front of you. Taurin, at some point you are pushed back and you are separated from Rexmoa and Ambrose that are moving very well. Kipper, however, while he was following you, seeing how Taurin gets pushed to one side, you were able to still continue following along behind Rexmoa. And you three, Ambrose, Rexmoa, and Kipper, are now pretty much by this wall of guards that you can see them all with shields and like weapons ready and trying to push people back and, you know, stop them. Taurin, you are still in the crowd outside. Yeah, you're shouting as people are moving you back, and like it's all chaos. So, what do you guys do as you get to this wall of guards, trying not to? You can tell that they're doing a good job at not letting people in. However, there are people running out that they cannot avoid because they just kind of, you know, bash past them, or like, you know, make them stumble a little as they squeeze through.
Do I have any sense of what is beyond these guards?
The Dwarven City.
Well, I guess I'll try to make my way past them, and if needed, I would try to jump over this wall of guards.
Okay, as as you guys approach the wall of guards, they just kind of push you back. You can see that they're not like messing around. They are pushing people back with their shields, like bashing them back. Oh. It is something a little bit violent for what is going on, and they're all like yelling, like, "Hey, you know, the town is locked. Nobody can go through." And like I said, they're not being gentle about it.
Is this a time I can use rabbit hop?
Yeah, totally. Wow. Okay. Yeah. You would. You would have a very
hop over literally everyone.
Correct. Oh, and she, before they enter, will cast a spell, a bless spell. Awesome. On who are you casting the bless spell? On all three of them? Okay. So you, that will be Ambrose, Rexmoa, and Kipper. You have been blessed. You have a D4 extra to all of your saving throws and attack rolls, I guess.
Hell yeah.
I love that.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
So yeah, okay. So Rexmoa, what were you trying to do specifically?
Yeah, I was going to try to leap over the guards as well. Okay. Or even just like, try to get footing on their shields and use that as like a platform of some kind to jump over them.
I want you to give me it would be athletics or acrobatic. I think acrobatics would be more appropriate for that.
Okay.
So you're gonna give me an acrobatics check. While this is happening, Kipper, because you have the innate ability to jump higher than anybody else, for you, it's not a.
Oh god, you rolled a 2. No.
For you, it's not an issue to just jump over them. You just kind of push people back a little to get a small running start that you just barely need, and just leap over them. You can see the.
Wait, no.
Oh wait, I would get the D4 bonus, right? No, that's only for attacks.
No, it's only for saves and attack rolls. Yeah.
Now
I think about it. I guess I was making a comment, but I just remembered.
Ambrose, what are you doing as your
I got a few
companions?
tricks up my sleeve.
As your companions are acting.
Will just kind of stretch my neck a little bit, and once I get up to the guards, I'll point at my blade. I don't have the blade out, but I'll just kind of like point at the blade on my back and say, "You will lose more people. I can help you. Let me through."
Is that an attempt of intimidation or persuasion?
Persuasion.
All right, then roll me a persuasion
Ooh.
check.
15 plus 0.
Okay. So, Kipper, you managed to jump over everybody, which the guards kind of noticed this, and they start calling other guards, saying like, "Hey, we have somebody that's breaking in," and you can see some more guards are starting to get to the scene. Get to that in a moment. Rexmoa, with your acrobatics, you are able to, as the guard is bashing, you are able to hop onto the shield and just step on their heads and jump over as well. You barely manage to make it. The guard stumbles back and falls on his butt, and a few people just start going through, and the guards are also calling for whoever whoever started jumping in.
Sorry.
As for Ambrose, your attempt at persuasion, the guard looks at you and it is convinced that you are there to help. However, his orders are others. So he just asks you to stay back, or he will take action because you are, in fact, visibly armed.
The people of your city will die. You should at least let people who can provide aid through.
And Taurin, as this is happening, would you mind giving me another either strength or dexterity, whatever you like?
Sure. Well,
And Ambrose, if you're trying to persuade them again, this one will be at disadvantage.
try another dex.
Okay. So Taurin, with that dexterity, you are able to navigate around the sea of people after being pushed over and over, now losing your companions. In the distance, you can spot Ambrose, him being against the dwarven wall of people that is just not letting them in. You could also see, as you were moving, how Rexmoa and Kipper had a jumping start, I guess, and they're already through.
Nice.
And Taurin, you are able to reach Ambrose as he's trying to talk his way into the guard, but it is clearly not.
Okay.
I would say, due to the time that the party has spent with Ambrose, Taurin, you probably recognize that Ambrose looks ready just to shove one of these guards out of the way.
Yeah, I'll probably jump in there because and try to persuade the guards to let us in so we can help.
Okay. How are you going to do that?
Okay, so she'll come beside, go, we've have business here. We need to get in there, and help. You see, there's a message we need to relay to somebody, to your king. We need to get inside, so we need to, let us help you.
At the mention of the king, the man puts his shield in front of him again, and he says, "No one will go to the king now."
Oh.
I wonder if this is bear time.
And as of
I'm thinking that too. I was about to time to barrel.
And as this is happening, Rexmoa and Kipper, you have passed the guards. You see there is a straight path into the mountain that would lead you inside of the dwarven city, and you also hear that you are being chased by guards. What are you guys doing in this situation right now? There is quite a few people running towards the exit, so there will be some sort of agility involved if you're going to try and run inside.
Let's see. So I'm assuming we're just gonna keep running, but I don't know how much mana I'm gonna need to save up.
Does the... Oh, are you about to cast something? Ooh.
Potentially as a
Mhm.
distraction to the guards, but I'm a little worried.
Well, I was thinking we could just keep, using our athletic abilities
You know what?
keep jumping over people, and hopefully the guards will just get caught in the crowd.
That might be a good idea.
You can still
And
use
at
your
the
rabbit
lab
hop a few more
resort.
times. A couple more times, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah. I just don't want to
And
stay too far away from Rexmoa.
and I guess I assume this is probably going to be another check,
It will be,
but
yes.
just to guarantee that I will stay with Kipper, I will cast hold on. I have so many abilities now.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, Step of the Wind.
Step of the Wind. Okay. Disengage your dash action. Okay. With Step of the Wind, you would be a lot faster as
Yep,
you
and
are...
my jump distance is doubled.
Correct. You will be a lot faster and a lot better at jumping. I will say, with this, it will work the same as Kipper's rabbit hop, so you will be able to jump over people. Both of them are a turn action, meaning their usability is very short. So you will be able to gain some distance if you are using Step of the Wind. And
Yeah, just enough to get away from these guards.
okay, easy enough. Make sure to tick down that key point. If you are using your Step of the Wind, you can just start dodging people, left and right, jumping over some of them. You see another guard that comes your way, and you are able to also dodge them before they grab you as you keep making your way inside. Kipper, you as well. You are able to jump over people like nothing. This is something that you are very used to. Just jumping over heads. See guards, jump over them, not an issue. They're trying to catch you, they cannot get you, and you get yourself some distance inside. Now, back to the people at the front door, Taurin and Ambrose. What are you guys doing?
Dishonor.
I will say, I will kind of point up at the sky and say, did you not see what is here? What is more important to your people? In order for the safety of those that are still behind you, unable to flee. If you do not let us through, how many more people will die?
Okay. Is that another attempt of persuasion?
I suppose.
I mean, hey. I will say, as you are saying this, you hear again the horns of the dwarves blow. 4 guards will be there soon. And if you're still trying to persuade them, roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage. But Taurin, you also get an action. So what are you doing?
We're not getting anywhere with this, is what Taurin will say. I really didn't want to do this, but Avocado, is it okay if I turn into a bear?
Yeah, totally okay. Yeah, that's your ability.
Dishonor, do you want to be war your way through on a bear's back?
That's an option I am very willing to take.
Can I do this?
Yeah,
Can I
totally.
what do I need to do to make this happen?
You don't need to roll anything, my friend. You just need to take down one of your... Oh yeah, that's
Transformations?
Yeah, you just need to take down one of your what's it called? The druidic thingy.
All right.
Wild
All right.
Wild
As she's shaping, she's like, Ambrose, get on, and then becomes a bear.
And so as you see the large leopard printed bear burst through the wall of guards with ease, this large bear just knocks them down on their backs. And Ambrose, you are grabbing onto the bear, I presume?
Yeah, I'll grab onto the bear and say, if you won't help your people, then we will.
Okay, so you grab onto the bear, and you grab onto the bear and just immediately start, Taurin, you immediately start going through. inside of the walls as you're running away. You can see that people that are running out see the bear and just turn around and start running inside again, as there is a large bear being with a large stone man on its back riding inside of town. Obviously,
Yeah.
as you knock down some of the guards, the horns have been blown, the guards are alerted, reinforcements are on their way. And we're gonna go back to the people who have more distance now, back to Rexmoa and Kipper. She mentions, as you are dodging and weaving people, she says, perhaps talk to them some more. She would suggest to anyone who can hear her, actually, not just Rexmoa, you may seem hostile to them. As you guys are just, weaving, jumping over people, and just making space between you and the guards.
Didn't work on our side.
Yeah, you hear on the back, you cannot see, you don't turn around to see it, but you hear on the back the growl of a bear, and there's more commotion. As the guards get knocked down on their backs, you hear more people running in. It's all chaos.
I think Taurin's on her way.
That happened after I tried to tell them that we're here to help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did.
So, what are you guys doing? The two of you that have more space. I will say, as you guys are running inside, you can see the large polished stone floors leading into the inside of the mountain. Lots of stairways leading to different levels of this very large town, filled with dwarves. The walls of this large cave, because this town is built in a large, very large cave, have mostly remained intact, and you can see that some of the buildings of this place have also been dug inside of these walls, but there are large pillars of stone holding all these platforms. You can see up, you see levels, down, you see levels, but you notice that people are running away from one of the upper levels that seems to be the largest one.
Well, I think that's where we're going, lad.
Who am I to argue? Nice to see that you can keep up with me, though. I don't
You're
know
the one
if
keeping
I've ever,
up with me.
I don't know if I've ever met anyone who could keep pace.
Well,
Sorry, your
I'll
tail,
try to give you a
guys.
bit of a
What are
challenge.
you doing?
Yeah, we're gonna head to that upper floor.
How are you making this next, I guess, sprint towards the upper floors?
So can you describe the layout a bit? So is it, I assume it's like staircases that are like the main ways of...
So there is like a main pathway that you can see a lot of statues, kind of like the one in the picture, not exactly the same. Kind of hard to find something to my specifications, but yeah, you see there's a main pathway, kind of like in the picture, and there are stairs leading up and down from different levels made out of stone. They all are suspended by pillars, very like large stone pillars. You can see that there's stairs up, there's stairs down. These stairs are massive, they're huge. Down, there are some more levels. Up, there are some more levels, and the levels keep going smaller and smaller as they reach higher and higher places up in the mountain. These are all visible, by the way, because the mountain is just one large... Imagine if like the inside of the mountain was hollowed out and there's only one entrance, but you can see everything inside of it.
Are the stairs pretty crowded at the moment with everyone trying to leave?
Oh yeah, you can see like people falling down the stairs, others are running out,
goodness.
they're just moving. Dude, it's chaos. Everywhere is just people running.
Well, my idea was I might burn another key and then keep doing Step of the Wind, and then maybe we could jump on top of the statues to try to circumvent some of the stair traffic, but also keep ascending our way up.
I would say that you can go onto the rails of the stairs, like because the rails of the stairs are kind of tall. They're not like your average like handrail. So obviously for dwarves that would be kind of small. So you know they're kind of tall rails of the stairs. I would say also that she would sound very worried as she speaks. Please be careful. We know dwarves are more stubborn and do not normally seek help from others. This may very well seem as an intrusion. As you guys are deciding what to do in the heat of the moment. As you hear the guards, the clanking of armor just getting closer and closer as for every second that they spend. Kipper, what are you doing? As Rexmoa has already told you.
I'm gonna go wherever Rexmoa goes.
All right. Are you using your? I'm assuming last, because I think you guys only have 3 rabbit hops to follow.
It said I only have 2.
Oh, so you are out of rabbit hops then. Okay. So how are you
Yeah.
going to try and keep up with Rexmoa?
It says it's
probably
proficiency bonus amount of times.
And how much is your proficiency? I'm pretty sure you should be at 3.
Oh, I should be at 3.
Yeah, because your proficiency is 3, right? Let me check real quick. Let me check. Yeah, proficiency is 3, so you should have 3 rabbit hops total. So you have the last one.
I will use my last one to follow Rexmoa.
All right, so you guys, Rexmoa would bob and weave, just kind of push some people away. You see something like a dwarf that's rolling down the stairs. You just push it aside so you can pass through. And with a jump, you get on top of these stone rails that are fairly large, so somebody could just easily just run on top of them. And Kipper follows behind with his hops. As you guys are on top of the rails, you start heading up into the next level of the dwarven city. And with that, we'll go back to the bear team. As you guys have broken through the guard barricade, you see again people running outside, people trying to run in. They take the opportunity of the guards that have been knocked down to just run through. You see around as the guards approaching your position as well, and on the end of this large pathway leading inside of the city area, you see Kipper and Rexmoa hopping into the rails and starting to run in the distance.
I will shout and say, "It is safer to be at the entryway. Stay there so the guards can protect you."
You shout this to the people?
Just anyone who can hear me.
I mean, it's chaos, so you would be shouting out to anybody,
Just like
And
crazy.
I am also I'm gonna look around as I'm riding Taurin's bear form, and I want to try using my feature called City Secrets.
Okay.
So as an urchin, I know secret patterns and flows to cities and can find passages through the urban sprawl that others would miss.
Okay.
So I was wondering if I can see any way to get through the crowd or maybe even the area at a faster pace.
With the city secrets, you would be able to know that the stairs are the main way of going in, at least from that level. But you can go probably to a lower level and then use another stair. You understand that the layout of the dwarven city is kind of intricate. There are main stairways to get from level to level. It's like the city itself is built in like a stairway fashion. There is a main level, which is the largest, then a smaller one above that one, and then so on and so forth. They're all like steps up until they reach the top, which is the large palace, which I should have mentioned before. However, you know that there are steps below as well, Ambrose. And you would think that, hey, if people are trying to leave that area, maybe a step below, I guess a level below could be a better idea to find another stair leading up into the level that you
I will shout to Taurin, as I imagine I probably have to for her to hear me.
Yeah, probably. Taurin is
And-
just kind of still starting to run towards the stairs. But yeah.
And I'll tell her, It might be easier to take a lower route first. Less people.
Taurin will look around.
Yeah.
Lower route.
Taurin, you are able to see, as I mentioned before, there is a main large stairway leading into the main city level.
Okay.
But to the sides, they are not too visible, but they are smaller stairways. They're still pretty large, but there are smaller stairways leading down onto the lower levels.
Okay. And Taurin will kind of lock onto what he's talking about. Like,
and just start running and
start running
Taurin,
that way.
You don't need to do any check. You are a large bear. You can just push anything and anyone as you pick up speed. They are just, being trampled by you. Well, not trampled, but push. If you're avoiding trampling people, then
No, I don't want to trample anybody,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
definitely getting bear bumped everywhere. That's for
Exactly.
sure.
So you're just kind of like weaving about. You're still pushing them aside, making your own way. You hear again. You two also hear how the clanking of armor is getting closer to you, and you can see some of the guards that try to launch at you, Taurin, but you just smack them away with your pure raw strength as a bear.
She snorts triumphantly.
Yeah, and you
Just keeps
manage to,
going.
and you get to the side stairs that lead to the lower levels. And yeah, you can see that the lower stairs have a lot less people. There are still people kind of trying to see what happens above, or trying to run up, but there's definitely a lot less people.
I can
than
picture
the-
like them going, "Oh crap, a bear!"
Yeah. Some
I
of them,
will
like I said,
try to tell them the same thing, to go to the entry because it's safer there.
okay. Yeah, I mean, you're shouting. People can hear you. People cannot hear you. It's all like the heat of the moment. Everybody's like, "Oh God, what am I doing?" And you two managed to get to a lower level, which is another side of the town. This one is not too open since it's below the main level of the city itself. As I said, the city is built in like a steps fashion, level above another level, and so on and so forth. The levels keep going smaller. But the levels below, you can tell that they are some workshop areas, forges, and all of the more heavy-duty places. You can see a lot of workers in these areas that just get confused as they see a bear just dash through in search for another level. And both of you, Taurin and Ambrose, Taurin as a bear, remember, using the sheet of the bear,
Rawr.
want you to give me a perception check.
The sheet of the bear. When you are a bear,
Yeah.
you perceive. I have
No.
no idea.
If you don't have a proper perception, oh, you do. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So
Did it
Thank
go?
you.
So-
I did not roll well.
Ambrose, this is the first time riding on a bear. It's very bumpy. You're moving side to side. You can't hold
Yeah,
on.
that's fair.
There is no saddle in this thing. Bear's just going crazy, pushing people around, going
That's very
downstairs.
reasonable.
Exactly. You almost slipped at some point, but you managed to catch yourself back up. And but Taurin, as you dash down into this lower metal working area that you see, you start looking about, but you don't stop running until you spot a stairway up from one of the many different entrances and exits of this level. So you immediately go and take it.
Happy bear face. Roar.
Mm-hmm.
And goes on up. All right.
Yeah, and eventually you would lead to the main plaza of the Dwarven city. And you would see that the crowd on the main plaza is, again, very pronounced there, with guards and some people trying to look at what is going on in the main plaza. Some other people that have just stopped running, they're just trying to figure out what is going on. The guards have settled a perimeter in this main plaza and are pushing people back. At this point, Kipper and Ambrose, you also would be in this main plaza of the town. You would be on the main stairway, while Taurin and Ambrose will be on a side. And what you guys would be able to see as you approach the town's guard, these people over here are not trying to, push you back, or like, there's not a lot of chaos over there. But as you guys reach the level, you would be able to see a very somber sight in the main plaza. You see this perimeter of guards holding the crowd of people from trying to figure out what is going on. And almost in the middle of this perimeter, you see dark soot marks and remainings of scorched stone, as you see the clear hit of a fire breath and a single skeleton laying in this fiery path. Next to the skeleton is a dwarven man kneeling down and holding the, at this point, charred remains of whatever this dwarf was. The man that is kneeling down has a very long white, it's kind of a ginger kind of redhead beard with a lot of white, and it is dressed in a very decorated and ceremonial armor, and on his head there is a crown, as the man is screaming and yelling as he holds the charred remains of the dwarf that would have been him. All of you could see this, by the way, from different angles, but you guys are in the same spot.
Thorn just let out a huff and kind of like a low, like, at the sight.
Yeah, Rexmoa says in like a huff of disappointment, "We're too late."
I should mention, first of all, you know that a fire breath of a dragon with enough power could be able to heat stone. The stone around this area is almost entirely melted. There is something powerful happened there.
Would I be able to look at the crown upon the older dwarf's head and try to intuit who they are?
Of course. Would you like to give me a history check, please?
Yes, please.
Okay. With that history check, for you specifically, Rexmoa, you don't remember his face entirely. Perhaps you may remember he looked like this, but the crown is indistinguishable. You are looking at the ruler of Galvathir breaking down in tears next to a corpse.
Rexmoa just puts his hand on Kipper's shoulder and stares, watches the scene play out, and doesn't say anything more.
Kipper's eyes will just hollow because he knows who just did this.
That's a funny sight.
Taurin kind of feels the grip that Ambrose has on her fur is a little tighter than it was before when he was just holding on. But I will kind of look around to see if I see anyone that looks not like just like a dwarf or like a guardsman or someone who might actually like live here. As in like maybe like someone who might be from the Cult of Fire.
Oh, okay. Give me a perception check, please.
Here is 2. I will decently.
Okay. Ambrose, you don't see anybody resembling the people of the Cult of Fire. You are well acquainted with the way that they dress and how they're usually, they have a certain appearance and even a certain smell that you would be able to recognize. The smell, by the way, it smells like burnt skin, so it's not a pleasant smell. It smells, as I said, burnt skin and melted stone and metals.
Somewhat satisfied that there at least isn't any more, supposed villains on the scene. I will look down at Taurin and just kind of like slowly release my grip and just kind of hop off of her.
Oh, but I haven't told you anything. As a matter of fact, Ambrose, you do, however, see quite a lot of guards surrounding you and Taurin. As you hop off, the guards start surrounding you, shield in hand, weapon in the other, just kind of, trying to take you down.
Look, I'll kind of like raise my hands, keeping them in front of me because I realize technically speaking, having my hands raised doesn't mean I can't just grab this sword on my back.
Right.
Just get on our haunches and put up our giant bear paws, go, okay.
Okay. Immediately as you guys surrender, the guard will, hit you on the back of the leg, so you take a knee, and another guard will cuff you, Ambrose. And Taurin, they would have to find a way to cuff a bear, but they are definitely taking you in as well.
Okay.
Look, it's okay. I promise we're not here to do any harm.
Yeah.
Worried bear noises.
And I will willingly let myself get cuffed. I won't like fight or anything. I will kind of just instinctively scowl a bit, but I won't actually like attempt to stop them or anything.
Mm-hmm.
As doing that will just make it worse.
Yeah. So you guys are cuffed and restrained and are being taken. And Kipper and Rexmoa, same thing. As you guys are watching this scenario unfold in front of you, you feel a hit from behind that makes you take down a knee, and arms of various guards putting your arms behind your back and cuffing you as you are also being taken.
Understood.
Yep. I don't resist.
Okay. So since none of you resist, the 2 platoons of guards would lead you down onto the lower levels and drop you in one of the prisons of Galbathir. I am trying to find the prison thing.
I hope they're big cells.
I mean, they are big enough. No, actually, funny enough, you and Ambrose are quite squished together.
I can turn back into me.
They cuff the bear.
The bear, but yeah, go ahead.
You guys have been put into 2 different cells. Obviously, Ambrose and Taurin in one, and Kipper.
I imagine they take my sword.
Yeah, no, all of your weapons and all of your belongings have been taken away. Right now, you are only carrying whatever you're wearing.
Taurin watches me very, very. She can see just how ready I am about to just like attempt to like swing my arms at the person who tries to take my sword, and then just slowly calm myself down.
Yeah, Rexmoa, they
Sure,
would not
like-
have taken chi from your belt. It's just like a jar with a firefly for them, you know? But like your backpacks, your weapons, all of that gone. Like I said, you're now just carrying what you're wearing at this moment. Which, fortunate for you, Taurin, you still have technically all your gear. You are still in
Right.
bear form.
No.
But yeah,
Don't worry, guys.
they drop you in the cells and lock them. And you see the platoon of guards that they caught you just kind of move away. And silence settles down in the cells as you guys have been imprisoned.
Yeah, Rexmoa is definitely thinking about the turn of events that just transpired. It's very deep in thought. Like he almost doesn't even realize he's in prison at the moment. And he also reflects on how often we get sent to prison.
Are we still cuffed?
No, as you guys have been dropped in the cells, you're not cuffed. However, Taurin does have a muzzle on.
Do you have a what? A muzzle?
Yep.
Oh, no.
They muzzled me.
You are not. You're muzzled. That's it.
Oh, well, that's better than okay.
Are our two? I know Taurin and I are together, and then Kipper and Rexmoa are together. Are our cells close?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you guys are next to each other. Like,
Okay.
you saw how they were processing you, all of you guys at the same time, pretty much.
I will punch the wall and just kind of let out a very deep sigh.
At least Yuri's outside of these walls. Somewhere in the woods, safe.
Definitely wouldn't like all the crowds.
Or the crying.
Or the burning.
I'm going to have to kill him, aren't I?
Who?
Kipper's just gonna stay silent to that.
Kipper, I understand what you're dealing with. More than you likely realize. And I'll just kind of like slump against the wall once more and say, you might, but you also might not.
Chi says, I am just grateful that all of you are relatively safe. And Rexmoa, to your question, I would say they would have patted you down. And yep, No possessions, my friend.
Okay.
Only the thing that you are wearing.
I imagine they probably would check in my armor too. But that would take them a while to do that because I am wearing.
I mean, this is not happening
Don't
like
worry.
this is not happening like a second, you know. This is a process of
They-
them like doing all of
They
this.
know their way around some plate armor.
Shut up.
I don't know why that sounded so like.
I mean, I'm just saying they would have had to dress me down for quite some time.
Okay.
You know, normally it takes a squire to put on like any sort of actual armor.
That is true, isn't it? Like 5 minutes to put the full plate of armor.
It's 10 minutes, in fact.
Jesus.
They got
Heavy
like
armor
a can.
takes a long time.
They got a
Even
can
chainmail.
opener in the precinct.
Sorry, they got this.
But I'll say further to Kipper and say, I know it was a lot to take in, but your friend, he did react strangely that day. There's probably still something there.
Even what was left of him wasn't worth saving. So, whatever it is, it is.
And we all saw the same thing, right? That was the king mourning over someone.
Could it have been the heir? His son, maybe?
Well, if the Cult of Fire's purpose is to stoke chaos, that'd be the way to do it. Grief does terrible things to the mind.
And it seems me and the king have something in common.
Oh yeah, Taurin, by the way, you can break out of your wild shape whenever you
Okay.
want to. This is not a something that
I was gonna
stays there.
ask.
Yeah.
You're still
I could go back to being me.
Oh yeah, totally. And as I said, since you transformed before they took all of your stuff, you still have your gear with you.
Do. So back to me. Back to good old Taurin.
That's good.
Yeah. Just see how the bear morphs back into Taurin. And your cell now feels appropriately spaced, Ambrose.
We're
I
not
appreciate the extra space, but also I really hope they don't get pissed at you.
That's if they can catch me.
We're in a cell.
Well, she starts to look around at the cell walls. Can she like start inspecting it for like any weak points, maybe along the bars?
Ooh, interesting. I will have you give me an investigation check.
Okay, let's try it.
She also comments she can always shift into a mouse. That is true. Your wild shape is not limited to.
Forge your rolls today.
Oh yeah. But yes, your wild shape is not only limited to the combat forms. You can shapeshift into any beast. It's a matter
Okay.
of fact.
So the
Can it be a
muzzle
mouse?
falls on the ground.
Oh yeah, the muscle just falls on the ground.
Yeah, it's just
Because for your normal like head, humanoid head is too big.
yeah. She's like, get this off of me. Ugh.
Taurin, with that investigation, you immediately start formulating a plan. You know some of these cells have weak points in the hinges of the doors or like in the welding of the door itself, or even in where the metal starts meeting the stone. Maybe you can exploit this some way or somehow. You have that knowledge.
Okay.
And as you start looking about for these weak points, you hear footsteps coming from the end of the hallway, a part where you guys cannot see, as you were being tossed in one of the last cells of the block.
Oh.
And with that, we're gonna
Muttering.
end the session there.
Cliffhanger.
Yes. So, we say goodbye to the people that are watching the VODs on YouTube. Bye.
Goodbye,
Goodbye.
Vox.
See you next week.
See
you
guys
Wednesday.
around.
Rest, Dwarf King.